Okay, a couple days till Buoy 10 starts. I'm just gonna do a little prep video. This is what I'm gonna do to get ready. Pick the boat up and I'm gonna kind of go through it and get everything ready for the next month. The season's gonna be pretty good. We've got a really great opener tide set, and it looks like we're gonna get to keep wild Chinook in the river until the 6th, so like next Wednesday, I think. And the ocean looks really favorable too for the next week. I mean, with the exception of the fact that we just had a tsunami warning out of that earthquake in Russia, but it's sounding like that's probably gonna be a 1 to 2 foot wave hit, and it's gonna be on low tide around tonight. Around like 11 or 12 when it hits. But we'll see. I mean, if that's it, it should be pretty negligible if that's the case. But like, who knows what's really gonna happen. But one thing, I read a long time ago, which I thought I should share. If you ever are out there, the Coast Guard has a protocol. If there's a tsunami and you're in the ocean, you need to head out to deep water. And they actually advise that you drift for like a week. Shut your boat, have water on board and everything. Try to find other boats. But that's what their advice is. I read this, I don't know, years ago. But yeah, just so you know, if you're in close, it's not good. But if you get out to deep water and can ride out that tsunami, get out where that tsunami comes under you, it's not so bad. But anyway, one thing I'm gonna do is just kind of make sure I got everything ready in the boat. Checking the oil. I'm just checking all my checking my engines, making sure everything looks good. It's gonna be a pretty aggressive season, so I'm checking my tires, just kind of doing a walk around, making sure all my snaps are good, not broken. Sure everything's all good up here, everything's secure. I added some extra Dramamine because we have sometimes some family that come on and they get a little sick. And I want to show you my gear I'm going to get ready. All right, I've already gotten it ready, and I don't think it's going to be enough. So right here, I've got my lineup for the first weekend. We're probably going to hit it all 3 days this weekend. So I've got mostly ePlugs rigged up with hoochies. This will be primarily wanting to target coho in the ocean. One of my favorite setups right here. I use these generic hoochies off Amazon, and then I use these trusty Pro Troll ePlugs. These are fantastic. I love them. They work really well. They look kind of different, but they are high producers. And if you've seen any of my spring videos from this year, they work really well. They did really well for us last year, and they've been producing a lot. A couple other little things. I've got this one rigged up with glow hoochies, and I've also got this light hooked up on the back, and run that in early morning, maybe deep water looking for a Chinook. That seemed to work last year with stuff like that. I've got a little spinner set up with a hoochie on a double hook setup, so I can run that in the ocean. Be careful with the regs. And I've got more ePlugs, lots of ePlugs ready to go. So these are all going to get jacked up probably this weekend, have to be redone, but that's okay. I do have a couple of spinfish, and then I've got one of these new, Brad Skinny Minis. I've run it once, no success, but I hope to definitely kill some fish on it this weekend, or, this season. Definitely will try. Let's see. So I got this lineup. I'll take all these, I'll wrap them up, stuff them into Ziplocs, and throw them in the boat. And then, got the rods ready. I got all my salmon rods rigged up, pre-rigged, ready to go. Then I've got bumpers all pre-made. I've got a whole bunch of bumpers. I got more than this, but these are all ready to go. I like 22.5 inches, so those are ready. Checked my nets, made sure my nets don't have damage to them. They're all good. I do bring 2 nets. You're going to get doubles, you're going to get triples. Sometimes, I mean, it's going to get crazy out there. Sometimes you drop a net. I dropped a net last year in like 200 feet of water out of Garibaldi during September for coho, and I couldn't back up fast enough to grab it, and it was gone. So I didn't bring my second net that day, of course, and it happens. Stuff happens. We all make mistakes, but yeah. So try to bring 2 nets and just be ready. Stuff's going to happen. It's going to be crazy out there, so be safe. My plan with the soft tides, obviously, as of right now, it's looking like the ocean's going to be pretty good. So that's where I'm going to head if that's the case. But with the soft tides, I'm probably, probably good to fish the Oregon side, but I do tend to like the Washington side a little more in the river if that's where I have to fish. But just be prospecting both. I mean, last 2 weeks ago, there were birds in the river, so I think there's going to be fish in there. We're expecting a lot of Chinook. The guys up at Westport are seeing a lot of big Chinook come in. So I think it's going to be really good. Everything I've seen from being out there a couple times and hearing all the reports, this is going to be a really good season. So, if you're if you don't really know Buoy 10, look at do some research, check it out. It's kind of it's a very dynamic area, and you got to kind of know what you're doing. But there's a lot of fun that can happen down there, and it can be quite technical. There's some good resources out there though. But with the soft tides, it'll be a lot easier. So just we'll head down there and we'll see how it goes. And I'm excited to share a couple videos. I plan to have a few videos out after this weekend, and should be really exciting. Hopefully daily limits. Stay tuned, like and subscribe if you want to see more. We're gonna just crank this stuff out, and we're like almost there. We need like 5 more subscribers. So if you see this video and you want to get in on that, right before we hit our 1,000, that'd be awesome, and I'd appreciate it. So stay tuned. Good luck out there, and tight lines.